Hey, I'm Sophie Johnson. I'm a cyclist and a coach. So I coach for Cinch, who's a Boulder company, and my main priority at the moment is training. So I've got a real focus on gravel and mountain bike races for next year, and I'm just going to show you what I do after every training session basically. So the reason that this is so important to me is basically I've had 2 back operations. So in the space of 11 months I was basically gone from like training at a really high level to right, you'll never ride your bike again. And what I've learned is through like good core routine, good activation of muscles before I do anything, and good stretching and rolling afterwards, I can completely manage that, and the back hasn't got in the way of any training, so that's really cool. So what I found for cyclists is actually a lot of our back issues, they come from our hamstrings and our hip flexors. So I'll just show you basically what I do at the end of each ride. So you go into like a nice long lunge position and just gently work into the hip flexor. So I'm a massive fan of like dynamic stretching, so I like to use opposing stretches. So into a hip flexor and then out into a hamstring, and just oscillate between the two, like really slowly and really gently. And that will basically just loosens everything off. So these are the main culprits to any lower back pain. Sounds crazy, I know, but basically you're having pain in the back and it's all coming from tight hip flexors, tight hamstrings. So just on each side, generally work between the two. If you want to make it more intense, go into like a classic yoga pose and look up. But really, the main priority is just like working between the two. Now this little beauty is an absolute game changer for me, so I cannot tell you how much I love this. We kind of quit our jobs about 2 years ago, and we spend a lot of time going around Europe in an RV, coming out to the States whenever we can, and this basically comes everywhere with me. So it's really awesome at the end of each session just to roll out all the quads, and like, oh, I can't tell you how much I love it. It's awesome. Everyone I give it to is just like, ow, it hurts so much, but like the more you do it every day, the better it gets. You can use it on your calves. So I like to take it down right into the ankle, work out any sore bits. So you'll find that the more time you spend out the saddle, you'll have a lot more kind of pain and tighter muscles down into your calves if you're really like getting into that proper body position. And then obviously working on my favourite things, my hamstrings and my quads. So yeah, super easy to use. I'm not a massive fan of like foam roller gymnastics. I beat myself enough on the bike, so when I get home it's just all about chilling out, using the R8. This cool thing like really gets into the back. So what I was talking about earlier with a lot of cyclists having lower back problems, again what you can do is just take the R3 and then just slowly work down your spine. Those kind of sausage muscles, I like to call them, either side of your spine. Let's not get too technical. Just like roll into them. So like slowly working down your vertebrae. And like each one of those you'll just feel like a complete release. It's really, really amazing. So the cool thing about the R3 is it's like a little bit harder than like your average spiky ball. So a lot of people use spiky balls, but when you've been doing that for a while, you need something that can get a little bit deeper. So the R3 is like perfect for that. And then for any of you that has like piriformis problems, so we all know what muscle that is. It's this one here which gets super painful if you're doing a lot of work on the bike. Again, you can just put it in there and roll out any issues you've got. Now on a lot of people, the sciatica nerve actually runs through the piriformis. So when you get to that like shooting nerve pain that goes down your leg, you know you're really hitting the spot. Sounds weird, I know, but honestly, feels amazing. So yeah, that's just a real quick post-workout routine that I do. And it's all centered around like those big groups of muscles, making sure that there's no imbalances, no tightness, and just getting them to play ball. So focus on your hamstrings, focus on your hip flexors, marry your R8, have a party with the R3, and yeah, just get involved. It's awesome. Thanks guys.